Hey y'all, I'm Chef Seth. I'm the culinary director at Peach Dish. Today we're going to be cooking our Springer Mountain Farms chicken breast with ricotta gnocchi, snap beans, and pesto. You can get this at peachdish.com. We provide local and sustainably sourced foods shipped right to your door for convenient home-cooked meals. You get a box just like this. And the bag, all the ingredients come pre-measured in the kit. You can also shop all these ingredients if you like, but we're going to send it to you with exactly the right amount and from really great sources. All right, let's get started. So we're going to get the cooking water going, put a little bit of salt. This is the cooking water for our gnocchi. All right, and while that water's coming up to the boil, we're going to move over here and prep all our mise en place. So the first thing we're going to do is remove and discard all the stems from our mushrooms. And then once we've got them all trimmed up, we're going to do a nice thin slice on all of them. Next thing we're going to do is trim all the ends off these snap beans, flip it around, and then just do the same thing on the opposite side. So then we're going to cut that into a 1-inch piece. There we go. All right, so we're going to continue prepping our mise en place. We're going to move over to another board to cut the chicken. We've got this beautiful Springer Mountain Farms chicken breast here. We're really happy to have this product. It's what every Peach Dish meal kit that has a chicken breast ships with. We like it for a few reasons. One, it's here in Georgia. These birds are all raised right here. Two, we know it's certified humanely raised, so we know that the animals were treated well. And three, the cutlets are all a nice consistent size, so the instructions that we include can be really precise, and we know that you're going to get a great, juicy, tender, properly cooked chicken breast every time with a Peach Dish kit. And also on top of all that, it's really flavorful. The flavor of Springer Mountain Farms chicken is really outstanding. All right, and we're going to cut these chicken fillets into 1-inch pieces. I'll do that by taking that tip off there and then cutting them into sort of a 1-inch wide strip, and then cutting the strip down into 1-inch pieces, just like this. The idea, you want to have nice, consistent sizing for each piece so that they all cook evenly and at the same rate. Okay, we got all our meats prepped and we're ready to start cooking. I'm going to start heating up this pan so that we can sear our chicken. Okay, so just like any time we're searing, we're going to get the pan hot first, then add our oil. 1 teaspoon for this stage. So we're going to add the chicken. And that's exactly what you want to hear. So if you've got your pan preheated to the right temperature and your oil as well, when you add in the food, you're going to hear what sounds like rain falling, on a nice afternoon thunderstorm. We're adding the chicken breast evenly spaced here. You want them in a single layer and not touching one another. And the other key step here is that we're not touching or moving anything, right? We're going to let it cook so that you start to develop that sear, that nice brown. That's where you get flavor. We're looking for the chicken breast to be cooked about halfway to 2/3 of the way before we even touch it, and that's when we're going to flip it. Okay, so we've had these go in without disturbing them for about 2 minutes. That means we're ready to flip. We can also see that the chicken has cooked a little bit more than halfway up on most of these pieces, and that's exactly what we want to see, that nice golden brown, easy release from the pan. We've got a nice cast iron here, Lodge cast iron with a good seasoning on it. We're going to let this chicken cook for about 1 more minute till it's fully cooked through, and then transfer it to a plate to rest while we finish cooking all the veggies. Okay, so chicken's looking good. We're going to go ahead and get it out of the pan so that I've got time to pull it out without scorching all those lovely brown bits that the chicken has created on the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to go right to adding the rest of the cooking oil, that 1 teaspoon, and then putting in our mushrooms. And again, same thing. We got a hot pan. We want to put the oil in, let the oil get hot. I'm using the mushrooms to spread the cooking oil around a little bit instead of doing the swish. Nice even layer. Try to make sure every piece is contacting the bottom of the pan as best as you can, and then leave it. All right, great. So we've got our gnocchi water boiling. We're going to get our gnocchi cooking. I've got this beautiful gnocchi. I love this stuff. It's ricotta and potato, very simple, clean ingredient list. Our friends up at Alfresco Pasta in Nashville make this for us. It's really delicious stuff. Okay, and the gnocchi is going to take about 5 to 6 minutes to get fully cooked, which is about the exact same amount of time it's going to take us to finish our mushroom and green bean mixture that we're going to use to garnish it. Okay, and back over to the mushrooms. We've had them going for a couple of minutes. We have a nice brown on that first side. I'm just going to give them a stir. And now we want to bring the heat down just a little bit. We're reducing to medium. And while they start browning on the second side, we add our green beans. Okay, and we're there. We've got our gnocchis cooked for 5 or 6 minutes. We've got our mushrooms and beans are all cooked. The next step is going to be to reserve a little bit of this cooking liquid. And the reason we're doing that, we're going to use some of this to adjust our pasta sauce when it's all done at the end, so that you don't have an overly dry finished dish. And now we're going to assemble. So we've got cooked gnocchi, cooked mushroom, cooked beans, cooked chicken. We just combine it, sauce it, and finish it. I'm going to drain this gnocchi into the pan using this slotted spoon. You could use a colander if you like. So we're going to add back the chicken and any resting juices, those little juices coming out, put them right in the pan. That's great flavor. Look at that. And now we've got our basil pesto. This comes from the same guys that make our gnocchi, actually. It's from Alfresco Pasta up in Nashville. Really delicious, fresh, simple ingredients. Gonna cut the heat. This is where our pasta water comes into play, our cooking water. And this is ready to plate. What a great late summer dish. Simple, lots of layers of flavor and texture though, really bold flavor. And then to finish, we're just gonna put a little bit of shaved parm. All right, and there it is. This is my ricotta gnocchi with chicken, snap beans, and basil pesto. You can get this kit at peachdish.com, this and many more. You can also go to springermtn.com for this recipe and lots more. Thanks for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoy.